Every one of you watching this screen, look out.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
What did I tell you about cartoons?
They've got a lot of brains, and they've got a lot of chutzpah.
Tell me how comic books make you feel, Dave.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hi, this is Franz Cantor, cartoonist, illustrator, and Toon Talker, and I'm here with
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum.
Yep, and that noise in the background, you can hear a dog's having their dinner, so if you hear a what, that's what you've got. Not
Really?
me, it's not us. You can hear their dog's feet. Okay, so what we're going to be reviewing today, what do you tell us, Jim? You had this.
I think that this is the most successful series of films in the history of cinema. Each one gets better. I think this is the best one so far. You tend to think not.
I'm a bit doubtful of it. This is a book, The Art of Toy Story 4, by with a foreword by Annie Potts, who played Bo, and an introduction by Josh Cooley.
And it's
published by Chronicle.
Yes. So let's get into it. I think a lot of people are a bit worried because they thought
That's beautiful.
Yes, it is beautiful.
These are illustrations to give it sort of time and place. These are referencing toys from, advertising toys or wind-up toys from the 1940s to the 60s.
And here's the new character. The new character, Forky. Which you'll find out about. And the dog's going between my legs as I talk. Okay.
This is an iconic wallpaper.
Yes, from what's his name's room.
Yep.
And of course, here we have the
Andy's room.
Yeah.
This is the foreword by Annie Potts. This is the character that she plays. She voices the Bo Peep, right?
Yeah.
And she's a lamp character that Andy's sister uses to sleep because she can't sleep in the dark. She gets night terrors.
That's right. Anyway, she gets sick of it and gets thrown out.
Yeah.
This is some lovely story drawing.
Yeah, so they're basically character designs in situations. So even though the character's designed, right, it's a 3D model, they need to explain it in situations to get a handle on different personality traits and expressions that they can use throughout the film to give it a sense of freshness. So even though it's a traditional model that's already been created, they need to imbue it with a fresh energy.
There's the lamp, and also the sheep. They're one unit. It's very funny how they act.
Yeah.
And this is in the film. This is designed from where she leaves. She leaves.
So they're exploring the personalities of the two toys, the two characters.
And as Joni Mitchell once said, "You don't know what you've got till it's gone."
Yeah.
And she goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is...
These are little cartoon gags for setting up the script. The script is usually not written. It's typically created
and
with
this is
drawings.
How the little kid gets sick of one doll and goes to the other.
Well, she gets distracted because he can talk. He's got a pull string at the back.
Which is important because one of the major themes in the film is about one of the characters can't talk properly.
Yeah, we'll explore that when we reach her.
So this is...
these are lovely storyboards to tell you the mood and the personalities of them and how much they care for one another.
Well, they've made her more of a doll than she is. And this is the light. And this is when he first meets her.
Yeah. Because he gets attracted to her.
He's remembering when he first met her.
Well, she's a nightlight, so she throws up this sort of strobe
all around
effect
the place.
all over the room.
Like this.
Yeah. So these are production illustrations to to show the mood of the scenes. This is an interesting illustration.
Yeah, so that's
this is
basically a map of her bedroom and
Yeah.
how they do things, all the toys, how they move around.
So that all of the action happens in different parts. I think they're all sort of numbered to give you a sort of an impression.
Although I
of where
still
to
don't
put the
believe
action.
a toy can pull down a window. Sorry. But, you know, they get around. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And these are the storyboards, digital storyboards with their colour.
Yeah. Actually, that's more like what's that guy who did the mousetrap machine?
Yeah.
Him. That's sort of like something that he would have created, wouldn't it? The sort of, you know, cause and effect of
Well, that's
physical
true, but
dynamics.
that's an even older idea. I mean, they had machines that sort of woke people up that did all sorts of things.
Well, that's
not just
designed
in the
by him. That was his
Well,
design.
this guy goes back. I think
1940s.
yeah, even before that.
Yeah. Well, that's the designer of the mousetrap.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
can't remember his name now.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so and this is a key scene,
Yeah.
which is similar to earlier film.
Yeah.
Underneath a car, they're saying goodbye.
Yeah.
She's going off in this box,
Yeah.
and as I said, you don't know. He's obviously missing her. He didn't realise that she's always going to be there, and now
Yeah.
she's not, and so he misses her. This is Bo Peep.
There's some little references for Bo Peep to try to
Yeah.
explore different avenues.
Yeah, the point is, in the other film, she was just a background person. She wasn't that important, but she's a major player in this film. And also, she's not the usual character like this. She's actually comes back like a ninja, you know, like she's...
Yeah, that's a beautiful design.
Yeah.
Lovely perspective. Good.
And they're still turning into the Disney princess,
Disney princess
but she's
trope.
no princess. This is interesting because here she is connected to the lamp,
Yes.
and she can't get away. That's not in the film. And
No.
here's the new owner of the toys.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just little illustrations showing, you know, possible scenes that they talk about in the script room, in the story room.
Yeah.
So they just explore different setups and
And
see
there's one
how
of
we
my
can do
favourite
that.
characters.
Mr. Potato Head,
Yep.
yeah, voiced by Don Rickles,
Yeah.
who sadly passed on. So this is John Lee is a digital illustration. He's done all of them, if not a lot of them anyway, for this thing. It's just to set up a look and feel for the three-dimensional film.
And this is the new character, Forky, who gets built by this little girl.
Yeah, so he creates he's created like Frankenstein's monster mode by this little girl.
Do you want to talk about the light?
Well, the lights, I find the light really interesting in Toy Story because they tell so much about time. They tell so much about the past, and they also use it as a focal element in zeroing in on emotions, both in silhouetting and side lighting and all of these different things, like the argument between Buzz Lightyear and Woody in Toy Story 1. And the light of the furnace in Toy Story 3, you know,
The light
where
in the
they're all
bedroom
sort of,
in the afternoon, after school, all that stuff.
yeah. So it sort of paints time
And the
beautifully.
light in this film is almost like nostalgic light.
Yeah, it's something that you
In-
don't
in the-
expect to see in an American film.
Yeah, but
in
in
a
this
French
in this
cartoon,
particular,
yes, but not in American.
That's
film.
right. That's right.
So they use that very efficiently
So there's Forky,
in the narrative of Toy Story.
and here's the glue
Yeah.
that the little character makes, and he's a bit. Would you call him autistic?
No, I think he's actually more cunning than you first see. He's a bit twitchy,
He's a bit
but he's
twitchy.
definitely more cunning. He's more akin to, like, if you remember Shrek, the character of
the donkey.
No, the character of the gingerbread.
Oh yes,
He's
yes.
sort of very.
yes.
We don't know. He could be he's out to please himself. He's certainly a very cunning character.
And these are all
not
the
as
characters.
simple as
These
he
are all the
makes out.
animators and designers all trying
Well,
to
trying
come
to
up with
create
one.
a kid's version, I suppose, to inform the the character
Can't be
design
too
is
slick.
Forky.
Can't be too slick.
Yeah,
Yeah, and here they all.
it's actually
always-
would be quite hard, I think, to do that. Make
Well,
something,
I mean, what did Disney,
Workable.
what did Disney call his artists? Imagineers.
Imagineers.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So these
So-
are all the little gags
Yeah.
that this is like a first run of storyboards.
Yeah, this is when he
by Jeff
introduces
Pigeon and
Forky
Edgar
to.
Crapitan.
Yeah, when Forky comes home. And
Carapitan, not Crapitan, Carapitan. And you can see beautiful even in the simple storyboards. You know, they get quite a lot of
And these are the mood boards.
story
Or
in
the,
there.
the mood pictures. Getting the light right.
Yeah, concept art, just to create a sense of light. This is where the lighting guys get their inspiration from these illustrations. You know, to have this sort of
Do the dogs always fight after they've eaten?
yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Now this is the new father.
No, this is really interesting. I love this with the beard.
Well,
and
this
stuff.
is-
It's
this
just
is-
very and
I know
shaggy.
this is like
This is beautiful.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah,
to a
why
certain
didn't they do
extent.
that?
Oh no, clean shaven.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I like this one, Tom Gately, pencil and digital. These are beautiful.
yeah. Oh well.
Digital painting.
Although beards are in now, beards
This
are
is
in.
really, yeah, but it's just really lovely.
That's how he ended up.
I didn't particularly care for him like that.
No.
I love this one.
Well, there you are.
Yeah. So
and there's another
this
map.
is the RV,
map
another
drawing
map showing the action that.
of how they get around, how the
happens
toys
around
get
this
around,
big
they
set.
utilise it.
Yeah.
And there's your basic.
Mood paintings.
Yeah, basic when they go
Yeah,
on
look at
holidays.
that. Beautiful sunsets and things.
Yep.
They're trying to
There's a
get
lot
at.
of that. There's a lot of classic, almost golden.
Golden.
Shots in the film.
The golden hour.
And these they go on the road trip.
Yeah.
So this is all the thing you have to do. It's obviously computer.
So they research a lot of signs that they can use.
Yeah.
You know, props that kind of look like
Yeah.
the places that they're referring to.
It's interesting. These two characters, Forky and
Woody. Yeah.
fall out of the vehicle, and it gives them a chance to catch up, and they tell each other their story. And they haven't caught up when he looks in this window and sees this, and he thinks of a bow.
Well, this is her lamp.
Yeah, that's her
But
lamp.
she's not there.
But she's not there.
Yeah.
There's a song there, mate, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's the town.
That's the town.
Yeah.
All stripped
And
out.
This all happens in here,
Yeah.
in the antique store.
Yeah.
The furniture store, which now is an antique shop. It's
Yeah.
like an old picture theatre, doesn't it? Except it's a single story.
Well, it was an automotive place before.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Or something
And then it was a
else.
furniture, and now it's an antique.
Yeah, whatever.
Everything's aging.
After
And of course, where do old toys end up? In shops for
Landfill.
collectors. God, you're cynical.
So
Yeah, and this is all the stuff for antiques. They put it in because a lot of the film is actually in the antique shop. And this is design. This is
counter.
Yeah.
So it's a really
I'm a bit disappointed
drawn out
in the
counter.
drawings in this because I think because they now know all the characters, they're not trying to come up with because most of these books have
Character design.
Yeah, and you watch the process.
you won't find that
You
in-
watch the evolution, but
yeah, you won't get that.
I mean, the first film was made over 23 years ago or something, wasn't
yeah,
it?
we'll review that.
Yeah.
We've got to go back into time
Yeah.
now. And
Now, these are the characters
now
you
these
like.
are really interesting. These are ventriloquist dummies.
Yes.
So they have a creepiness all of their own.
Yeah, which I didn't think were that good, but you actually liked them.
I quite like the idea of them. I enjoyed them very much.
So
These are beautiful storyboards. Oh, a lot of action. Beautiful. Good shots. Good dynamic composition happening over here. Yeah, good stuff.
now the store's run by this old lady. Originally, they were a couple, but he got the shove.
He got booted.
He got the shove.
Yeah, and too unnecessary.
And they've
She
got
has
a
a
cat.
cat.
They've got a cat who chases the toys at one
Yeah.
stage. And that's a great shot.
Yeah, Satana.
Satana.
No, I don't know.
And this was never used in the film.
Yeah, that's her house, is it?
Yeah.
So I don't know
She
why
collects
the action
stuff.
would go there.
Well,
I don't know the story
it's across the road from it.
Oh, I see.
They live across the
Okay.
road. Anyway, it slowed the story down. And this is the little girl who comes into the shop. What's her name? Can't remember her name. She is here. And she's got her own toys. She's her granddaughter, isn't she?
She's the granddaughter. Yeah. So the granddaughter is.
These pigs.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
pigs.
they're just exploring the character of the granddaughter.
Yeah.
You know, so the mother's hippie child, 60s or
Yes,
something.
yes.
And her daughter is a different generation of that crazy character.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting, the shop itself, the way that they've put this world together.
Yeah,
and they use this for the
And the
plot.
lighting is classic in the shop. It's like old magazine ads,
Yeah,
you know.
and it's got dust as well.
Now,
So Gabby
Gabby.
is the doll.
No,
that
I think Gabby's terrific in the film, and you don't get her.
I don't get her motivation, but okay. Basically, a spoiler alert here. Gabby is a walking, talking doll that was the same era as the Woody doll,
Yeah.
which is presumably the early 60s.
Yeah.
So, created by the same people, the same factory. So the story of this is that she has a defect. She was a factory had a factory defect. So her talk box
Never worked.
never worked.
Yeah.
So that's why she's interested in Woody, because she
Yeah.
wants his voice. She wants not his voice, but his talk box.
Yes. And of course, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Giving your
I
voice
don't
to someone
understand
else.
the ventriloquist dummies. I don't understand.
Well, they're heavies, aren't they?
yes, but
They
there
protect
was
her.
if you guys
Hang
have
on,
seen.
they protect her.
All right, if you guys have seen Cats Don't Dance, you'll see a beautiful character of a little girl in there called Darla, and she has this big gorilla
Yeah.
that does her bidding, right?
Yeah.
So that is a perfect dynamic between.
Well, she manipulates all these.
Well, she should be. If you're going to refer to another character from another film,
Yeah.
you should do more
Okay.
homework.
But she obviously manipulates. She's kingpin in that shop for the
Don't
toys.
understand this dynamic at all.
Okay.
Don't get it.
Okay.
With Darla, she's a very overbearing personality,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she dominates the
Yeah.
gorilla, who's very simple. Now they're simple, but she's like, in the end, she becomes like a goody.
Yes,
like a good character.
that's true because she.
I don't get it.
Well,
Why
it's
would
about,
you do that?
She's never been loved.
Yeah, but you didn't
Hang
do
on,
that in the third
But
film.
she's never been loved by a child, and in the end, she is.
Well, neither was the teddy bear in the third film.
Oh yeah, but he's sick and twisted, and you know.
Well, why didn't
he
you
ended
make
up on
her
the front
sick
of
and
a.
twisted?
He ended up on the front of a rubbish truck.
Well, why didn't you make her sick and twisted? Why do you have to complicate the story unnecessarily? It dilutes the impact of Woody's story and Bo's story.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
Okay, all right.
I
And
don't like the way that they did
This
that.
is where they're trapped, and this is a cabinet, and a lot of action happens in this cabinet. There's not too many characters, like the usual characters are hard. They just get a few jokes in, and it's different than the other films. And this is.
Yeah, more establishing layouts and things,
Yeah.
storyboards, to tell you a bit of the.
And here's Gabby.
Yeah, so this is some of the illustrations from the book that goes in the box when you buy the toy of Gabby.
Yes.
So that's what this is. It's a little
Look at this.
insert.
You got the rust in here. Look.
And it's even, referring to the Mary Blair style of
Yeah.
character storybooks.
Sometimes we hide, sometimes we seek. And then I tell her my
Well, the
secrets.
idea is that
she
the Gabby
always listens.
Well, the story is about Gabby, the
Yeah,
doll,
yeah.
and her human, and what a beautiful relationship they have.
Yeah.
And because she can't
She
get
speaks
that
to
in
me.
real life,
She speaks to me, but
it
she,
makes her bitter and
yeah,
twisted.
she
right?
doesn't. She can't. So
I'm just not convinced
Okay.
that is a good motive for her to
Okay.
be sick and twisted, and she's not sick and twisted enough. I don't like the way that she comes back.
you
and
can't turn.
I don't get this, by the way, either. I don't
Well,
get the
she's
police.
just. Well, every character has a
sidekick.
A sidekick, and
I
this
don't
is
like
her
this
sidekick.
I don't like this one. You
Okay.
either, if you present something like this is beautiful.
She's
by
tiny,
The way.
she's
Giggle
tiny.
McDimples.
Yeah.
Explore the character more.
Yeah.
They never explored it. They turned her into a cop, and that was it.
Yeah, she lives here, and she runs all the way down
Yeah,
here.
see, all of this is interesting. These
Yeah.
are like 1980s tropes.
Yeah.
So, explore the character more. Why didn't you do that? You didn't do it. You wasted our time with Gabby Gabby.
And these are characters that actually hang out with Bo, because
Yeah.
now she's
Again-
a free agent. She's left the shop.
Again, these are like, G.I. Joes
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
So
They're
again,
just
you've got
grunts.
interesting...
They're just grunts.
Yeah, but again, you got interesting characters
Yeah.
that you could explore that's more interesting than Gabby Gabby.
Well, look, you've got a point, but at the same time, you can't get too
And
many
even
characters.
the Canadian,
Yeah, they're well, he's coming
Well, I know
up.
you can't get too
So-
many characters, but don't refer to them.
This
then.
is how Bo gets around. She's in this toy skunk that because it's a skunk, people keep out of her
Yeah.
way, and here she is here running it,
Yeah,
and it's very funny. This is beautifully done, by the way.
yeah,
That's a digital painting, but look at it,
yeah.
beautifully done.
That's one of the monster balls. Or
Yes.
something. Referring to all the different styles.
These are different toys.
Different eras of toys.
Different to you squeeze
This is like
and
strawberry shortcake style.
Yeah. And
And this is the lamp.
now, of course, now she's more like a ninja
Yeah.
warrior.
Yeah.
Because she's been out
She's
in the world.
Very
and she's
clever,
tough.
funny bits where,
Yeah.
because she's made of china, right?
Yeah.
She breaks.
Yeah,
So
and
she just.
She has this band-aid and she fixes herself up. She's very independent, very
yeah.
tough.
No, I love her
Very
character.
strong,
I
very
think
strong.
she works really well. Could have
Yeah.
been played up again, but again, the whole story's watered down by Gabby.
Okay.
See how much they could have. Look at all this. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. They could have done so much more with her and with Woody, like they did in Toy Story 2,
Well, okay. Anyway, so
but they wasted it on Gabby.
yeah, okay.
But that's the film. So
She's
the
very
story,
Darth Vader-ish at moments.
Well, they're exploring the different possibilities of a toy
Yeah.
that's gone wild.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Feral.
Feral.
She's gone feral, folks.
Yeah. So she's on her own and
Yeah.
she's up to her. Look at that expression. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is a really cool expression
Yeah.
for a cartoon
And
character.
of course, these go back to the war, don't they?
Yeah.
They go back to the war.
Work outfits.
And this is
Star
50s?
Command 1,
This is
Star
50s?
Command Bow.
Yeah.
These are just capricious little
Yeah.
drawings that they've
They're
developed.
coming
They're
up-
not necessarily useful for the
Yeah.
film, but nonetheless, they explore all possibilities. So they've actually done quite a lot of exploring here. These aren't in the film either.
No. Anyway, so...
Or is it? Does she come up? Yeah, she does have a hood. Yeah, she's hooded.
Yeah.
This is in the film. Cool.
And meanwhile, back at the ranch, Buzz,
Yeah.
he's in charge of the other toys at that stage, and he's trying to find Woody, and they end up at a
Fun fair
Fun
in
fair.
the same town.
in the same town. Over there it is. There.
Where's the antique shop?
Yeah, I don't know. It's can't see it. It's just across the road, basically. It should be here. Anyway, the grandma's house, so it should be here then.
Yeah.
And this is it at night.
Yeah. It's lovely.
And this is where we meet some more toys, and where Woody ends up, isn't it? Stuck
Yeah.
on the wall.
These are really good. There's a really
Yeah.
good story with these two
Yeah.
plush toys that are in the shootout gallery.
And this is a little map drawing again of what's going to happen.
yeah. Pop
And
darts.
the two characters which will come up soon,
Yeah.
aren't they black comedians or rap artists or something?
Don't know, but they're
Yeah.
sewn together for some reason. I don't know why.
And they run
But
a
it's
lot. They
very
run a lot
funny.
on top of caravans and rooftops.
Yeah.
Now,
These are some of the.
the carnies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this one in particular, he runs.
Yeah. He's lovely. I love him.
He runs. He's very funny.
He runs the shooting.
Yeah, and
The shooting gallery.
yeah, which is this. He runs this.
Pop darts.
And of course, you get to meet him because he's coming out of the toilet.
Yeah.
And Buzz Lightyear, is it Buzz?
Yeah.
Lands at his feet, so he picks him up and takes him back to work and sticks him on the wall as a prize. And he's very funny. He's especially in the credits. Keep watching him in the credits. He's very funny. He's always got headphones on, and so
He's oblivious to
he's
all of
everything.
the shenanigans that the toys get up to.
Yeah.
They're basically making sure kids win all of the toys. So
There's
that
a
they
bit of
can
Franz
get free.
Cantor in that, isn't there? Your colouring. And of course they do the backs because they have to, because the toys play around the back of on top of the caravans, and they go underneath their
So Ducky and Bunny are two
merry-go-rounds.
plush toys.
and they're stuck together.
Yeah.
And they're very funny.
Yeah.
It's Abbott and Costello, isn't
Yeah.
it? It really is.
Yeah.
But see, there's a lot of new characters in it, and well, it's getting back to your thing. Too many characters, it'll kill it, you know. So this is the old, you know, new and worn.
Well, I don't-
There's the new version. There's the worn version.
I don't look the characters that are easy to explain. That's fine, but
Yeah.
you know, Gabby is from a totally different era. Really difficult to explain that story.
That
but
is.
her motivation
But
is not.
Wasn't
is-
she also
the
one of the?
motivation doesn't work.
Wasn't she one of the first soft plastic dolls? Because of her skin. Because before that they were hard plastic.
I don't know.
I think she was.
So these are maquettes, which they
Yeah.
use to get
Yeah.
a three-dimensional look and feel.
Except for the eyes, of
characters.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and
Traditionally used in 2D animation
Yes.
to do a maquette,
Yeah.
a sculpture, so that you can draw the characters
from every angle.
angle.
Yeah. Now here's this Canadian character.
Yeah, I thought he was very, very well done.
Yeah.
Very
And
well
of
developed.
course, actually, and this is where the nightclub.
Yeah.
The nightclub was actually inside the old machine. What do you call it? The slot
Pinball
machine.
machine.
Pinball machine, yeah. And so it's designed on this. And they lift it up. Set all the electronics
Well,
is
they
here.
have to, yeah.
It's,
have a
it's
look at the old
basically empty,
machines.
but this is where they hang out in the nightclub.
Yeah.
And when she goes to get everybody to help her, these drawings aren't exciting to me. They're just basic. You know?
Yeah.
So here's the character,
Duke
Kaboom.
Yeah, he's
Who's-
like a Canadian,
Yeah.
cheaper version, 5 cents.
5 cents.
He's like the markdown version of what's the
G.I.
American-
Joe, G.I.
No,
Joe.
the American motorcycle.
Oh, Evil Knievel.
Evel Knievel.
Yeah, he's a Knievel character.
Yeah.
But he's got problems because he failed. And
Yeah,
of course,
he failed at a big jump.
Yeah, and of course, she revs him up and gets him to go.
He
yeah.
chickens out the last
Yeah,
minute.
that was
It's like-
chicken. Yeah, but
smart
so
guy.
everybody is on some sort of a learning curve. That's what I liked about the film. Everybody has it there.
Yeah.
Here is how it works. This was an ad for it on television.
Yeah, so in Canadian, beautiful Canadian ads.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think he's French Canadian. Are they? They speak French. or
Yeah,
something?
in the ad.
Yeah,
Yeah, and look at the
Canadian carpet.
yeah.
The logo of the maple leaf.
Your dog's smelling my legs while I'm doing this. Now
These
he's
are
from
Tin
Tin
Toys.
Toy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in one of the first shorts
Tinny.
they made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's actually in the machine when they're all.
Yes, they call this digital recycling.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, there's more characters.
There's also Easter eggs in there for the next film that's coming out,
Yep.
which I didn't pick up. So always late.
Yeah,
with
there's
the
lots of Easter eggs.
eggs.
Lots of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And they're out of season. Although it's probably Easter in America, I don't know. And these are
See,
just
other
these are
toys.
some toys
Yeah.
that may or
Wind
may
up
not have been
tin
used
toys.
in.
Well, they're toys that may be used in the dressing of the
Yeah.
antique store.
Yeah.
Yeah. This beautiful robot.
Everybody loves robots.
Yeah.
And
Wind up Godzillas.
yeah, wonderful.
Lovely.
And this is funny. Look, he's
A Mountie, like a
log roller.
yeah.
Yeah. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. Mm-hmm. And generals.
Sleeps all day though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Anyway, so now what do we have here?
Here we go. This is a light plan.
It looks like a Monopoly game.
Yeah.
Yeah, breaking.
So light plan. This is a very interesting thing. So this looks to me like light. I was quite right. Didn't read this before. Final shots. So here we got. This is what you call the old code, right?
Yeah.
Beginning of the book is the clouds. You know,
Yeah.
Andy's room. The new code is the east, where the future lies.
And
you know,
yellow.
That's the sunrise and the
See,
sunset.
here they are. yellow.
Yeah, so you go from you go down to
they're going to have a happy ending. They're going to have a happy ending.
Well,
see, that's yellow. That's yellow. So, are we giving a story away here by telling what's going to happen?
No, we can tell what's going on. We've given them fair warning.
So this is what's all this? That wasn't used in the film.
Stuff for Less.
No, I don't think that's used in the film.
This is a short after the film, I think.
They didn't have a short when I saw,
No.
which was unusual because they always have a short. They
Yeah,
always have a short. Here he's coming through the wall.
it's unusual. This looks like a game, like a one of Andy's type of games.
Yeah. Well, this is early, stuff from the. So.
This is a Peter Pan moment.
They're the producers.
Yeah.
Peter Pan moment. And they fly off. Oh my God, we're finished. Oh, hang on, we've got a hand-drawn drawing. I feel like you really understand where I'm coming from. And he's talking to a shoe. Right. Do we all feel like that sometimes, talking to something and we think they understand? Yeah, well, we didn't tell you how the film ends, did we?
Yeah, well, they all live happily ever after.
Except you.
Yeah.
You didn't like it.
No, I liked it. I just didn't think it was as good as number 2.
Well, I think everybody
number 2
was
had everything in it.
because Disney had bought Pixar out.
Yeah.
And I've even heard rumours that they're going to make a live-action version of Toy Story, which I don't think will ever happen. But Disney seems to be making all these. Apparently, they're going to make Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in live action.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Well, Dumbo and the other film, Lion King.
Well, why not? They're monsters, so let them. Let them do what they
Are
want.
the films monsters or Disney's monsters?
I think Disney as a company are monsters.
Yeah.
So
okay,
it's a big
well,
machine.
they're a big
they
company
call it
now.
The Mouse Factory, and all the people in it are just workers.
Yeah. Well,
But back in the day, they used to be artists
okay.
working for Disney, and
Yeah.
in many cases, Pixar, even though it's bought by Disney, deserve a lot of credit because they tend to go their own way and set a sort of a standard, a Disney standard, if you will.
Well,
that Disney have long lost.
They haven't made a great movie for a while, but this is a great movie in my opinion. And I think that all those people who worried about because Disney.
I really
now control
enjoyed the dynamics between these two. I
Yeah.
thought these two are very good together.
Someday my prince will come. Okay, well, this is Jim Bridges.
Yeah.
And
Franz Cantor saying, please subscribe to our channel, right? Hit the notification bell, subscribe, hit subscribe.
Patreon.
Hit the notification bell on the YouTube channel
Yep.
to subscribe. And also, if you'd like to support us on Patreon, the links will be underneath this film.
Okay, bye-bye.
Catch you later. Bye.
Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin.